Man, don't trade Forex if you're gonna be a child here. This is not a game of age. This is a game of heart.
Good day guys, it's your one and only Beastleg72. As you all know me, your mentor. If you didn't subscribe to the channel, please hit that subscribe button and the notification bell for you to be notified whenever I will be dropping the next hot one. So today's video, it will be the market breakdown for gold, Nasdaq and GER30. And to new subscribers, welcome to the channel and thanks for joining the community. And to the returning subscribers, welcome back. Thanks for you guys for subscribing to the channel and staying tuned, obviously. So today I'll just be focusing on DXY. Before you analyze anything that has to do with USD, I would love to say please check DXY first. You understand? So as you can see on my screen that we have a consolidation phase that was happening here. You understand? So this consolidation phase, it was very happening for a few weeks, obviously, or a few months, obviously, and then we had a push to the top side. Which push am I talking about? I am talking about this push to the top side and this downside. You understand? So I can tell that we are still bearish on DXY, meaning we have to look for buying opportunities on gold. So you have to really understand the concept or the market structure for DXY before you move to any currency that starts or ends with USD or that has to do with a USD pair. You understand? Or code. You understand? So let's now go to the real business for today, gold. So what are we looking for in gold? So in gold, I usually start on my monthly chart. You understand? If I don't see anything on my monthly chart, obviously I will go to my weekly chart. If I don't see anything on my weekly chart, I go to my daily. That's the end. If I don't see anything on the daily, basically I have no analysis for that certain pair or indice. You understand? So I can tell that on gold I have this low. Understand? So this low, I'll change my color to red. Why am I changing my color to red? I am telling myself that if I am going down to break that low point, I am now going to the downside. I am no longer going to the upside. Basically, it's a no-go zone. Understand? What I'm trying to say is the high and the low, for me to make them red, it's for me to see that I've reached a certain level in the market. I don't know if you understand. You understand? If you don't hear me out, please comment below so I can explain. Then I have that high also, understand? So what I'm currently doing is I am going to my weekly chart. So on my weekly chart, we can actually see that we have a rejection, understand? So I'm using that rejection as a high for me, understand? Because surely on the daily chart, there is a certain low, you understand, that we might be looking for. So let me just use the normal way of I personally use to identify my zones. So how do I identify my zones to the new subscribers? To the new subscribers, the way that I identify my zone, I am always looking for the 50% of every previous week candle. Understand? So I will start on the previous week's candle. So I will use this high there and the low of the previous week's candle and find the 50% candle of that week. Understand? So the reason why I am using this 50% previous week candles is that I usually always look for the equilibrium level of the weekly range. Understand? What am I trying to say about that? I am simply looking for a way for me to understand which expensive and cheap level was the market edge, understand, or is currently going to. So I did identify these two previous weeks candles. Now what I'm doing is I'm going to my daily chart. So on my daily chart, I can pretty see that we did respect this previous week 50%, you understand, and we did come to our discount area. So since we came to our discount area and we closed above, I am still looking for buying opportunities till that break of this red line there. Once we break that red line, it's now indicating to me that we have broken that high and we are now to our new highs. I don't know if I'm making sense, guys. You understand? This is new to me. Surely you are surprised why I am now showing my face. It's just us, guys, improving for you all, understand? So I am also identifying this 50%. I am also identifying this 50%, understand? So these 50% are very important for me to identify, understand? Because I have to understand where is the price at and where it's currently going. You understand? So let me just see another one. I think we might have something there. Okay, we still don't have anything. So one thing that I will use, I'll just use this triangle. No, it's not a triangle, it's a rectangle. I'll use this rectangle for me to understand the current market. And let me just clone this and use it to my previous zone. What am I doing next? I'm simply going to my 4-hour time frame. So on my 4-hour time frame, I can literally see that the market has closed above my buy zone, and it has come and retested. Not just only retested, but also it came to my discount area and closed above. So that indicates my buying opportunities that are very, very possible for me to take them. So we don't just trade at any time. We only trade at New York session or London session. So currently it's pre-market for New York session. The New York session will eventually happen around 2:30. Not 2:30, sorry guys, 3:30. You understand? So if you have reached this far, guys, thanks for subscribing. If you did subscribe, you understand, and thanks for reaching this far. So we can actually see that we had our buying opportunities. I took these buying opportunities yesterday, you understand? So I'll show you, I'll put the screenshot on my screen so you can actually see. So currently, what are we looking for? I am looking for the market to push to come to that zone there, you understand? So I am looking for the market to give me those buying opportunities till we break those highs, you understand? Unless the market decides otherwise, because you all know that the market has not been the way we used to see it moving. It had changed a bit, you understand? But we have to adapt to that. One thing I always say is, if your strategy is powerful, as you always say, you have to literally know. So I can actually see that we have a resistance there. So it's not a resistance that's very, very 100% accurate for me. It's just there to guide me. So basically what I'm trying to say is, we can see that we rejected. So if I go to my 1-hour chart, I can actually see that on my 1-hour chart, we rejected there. So what needs to take place is, I'll literally take my buying opportunities if the market closes above this zone. Once the market closes above this zone there, I can actually take my buying opportunities to that zone. And if we break that zone there, I can look forward to buy until that red line that we identified in the highest time frame. Which red line? I am talking about this, because once we break this red line, that indicates to us that we have created new highs, or we are about to create new highs. I don't know English, guys, it's not our mother's tongue. So yeah, we can actually see that we had our buy zone from this zone, which is our weekly previous zone. And then we can actually see that we also had the market respecting the same weekly previous zone. And what are we looking for? The market to just close above this zone. Once it closes above this zone, I am 100% looking for those buying opportunities. You understand? And one thing I know about myself is, I won't just say something and not take a trade on it. So on the next market breakdown, I'll have to update you about that. So let me just see if there is anything that's supporting our statement currently. So we can actually use our golden zone. So we can also see that we have a double bottom here. So that can influence the market to sell, understand? But if it's sell, we are looking for any possible retracement level that we might come across to, understand? So any retracement level is this one. If the market simply creates a selling opportunity to the downside, we might look for sellings to this point here. Let me just turn the color to yellow. So this is my reversal point. This is my golden zone area here. Usually I identify my golden zone on the 4-hour, but in this case we saw that on the 4-hour the market didn't give us any market structure, it didn't present itself any high and low. So we can actually look to see the market coming to this point here, understand? But if it breaks around New York before it comes to this point, still you can take your buying opportunities to that zone. But for now, let's look for the market coming to this zone. And once it comes to this zone and rejects and closes above with a 5-minute candle or even 15, it doesn't matter. Just look for that confirmation and then do what? Aim for this high for now. because we don't know if the market can come and create a double top there. And then if it breaks that line there, let me just change this, guys. If it breaks this line there, then simply look to buy to this point here. Understand? We still have a long way to go, guys. We still have a long way to go. We still have a long way to go. You understand? So look for buying opportunities in this point here. Sorry about that. Look for buying opportunities in this point here. But if the market breaks before coming to this point around New York session, then look for buying opportunities above this green line. So let's go to NASDAQ. Okay, NASDAQ, I've already analyzed it. I was looking for buying opportunities. It left me. I couldn't take any entries. But let me just explain to you. So you can actually see that we did have our buying opportunities activated from this point here. So if I saw this earlier, I was going to take my buying opportunities from this point here. Guess what? I'm still in profits, looking to go to the top, skyrocket. You understand? So let's break this. Not break, but also delete. Then start on our monthly chart. So what are we actually looking for on our monthly chart? I am only simply looking for my highest point and my lowest point. So currently this is my highest point. Understand? Turning this into a red color, and then I am looking for my lowest point in the market. But because of the market will never come to this point, I believe I am cutting it short to this point here. We had a previous resistance that the market respected, and the market rejected from that point and moved to the top. So those are 2 points that I'm currently focusing on. So whatever that's inside, whatever price action that's inside this support and resistance, I am currently focusing on. Me going to my weekly chart now, what am I actually looking for? I am actually now identifying my zones. You understand? So guys, if you didn't subscribe, please hit that subscribe button and let's subscribe. And let's get notified whenever I drop the next hot one, obviously. And also, don't forget to share, guys, the channel with your friends or anyone that you know who's interested into trading. So yeah, it took me a while for me to show my face and stuff, but then I'm glad that I finally did it. Without you guys, I don't know, I wouldn't have done this. You understand? So we currently have our zone that the market is currently at, and I believe it has closed above on the smallest time frame. So it's guys, like it's easy, guys. It's easy, guys. You understand? Know your concepts, understand your fundamentals, understand everything, guys. Don't overcomplicate things and you'll get it correct. You understand? So I can see that I have my zone. Believe me, currently I have to focus on what's here and why I am going. You understand? So let's not mind that, but instead analyze and find other zones. You understand? We have to do things very carefully. With this strategy, don't do things rushing. You understand? Because if you miss one zone, you won't understand everything that's happening. Because let's say we didn't create this zone, we wouldn't have seen this happening. We wouldn't know that the market rejected on this level. You understand? So it's very important for you to create every zone that you see in the market. You understand? If you have reached this far, guys, thank you so much. God bless you, and I bless you to be profitable. I don't want to lie. So I am identifying my zones, obviously, and I can see that some of the zones are close to each other. If the zone is close to each other, I don't really recommend it. You understand? I am looking for a distance between the zones. You understand? So as you can all see, guys, this is not the normal way of identifying zones. This is not the normal way to identify zones. It's a different way, understand? But for those who don't know, they will literally think that, they'll obviously think that it's just the normal way of identifying zones, like the support and resistance on the reversal points and stuff like that. So we can see that everything here that's done, it's respected. You understand? Everything that's currently done here, it's respected. So I am actually looking forward to analyze this and understand where are we going and why are we doing all of this. Understand? Because it's very amazing to find everything that we really hope for in the market, and also securing our profits in a way. Understand? So what I've seen is the gold setup giving us beautiful. Understand? One thing about using this strategy by identifying the zones, it takes a lot of time, you understand? But one thing I love about it, guys, is that I would rather take time on my craft than to do things wrong and end up regretting, you understand? And the only way that you regret in the market is by losing cash, understand? Is by losing your capital. That's the only way that you regret, understand? Not the regret that makes you give up, but the regret that you didn't do things good. Have you seen taking a loss, not knowing why? But if you reanalyze again, you will see that one problem that you did, and you will be like, oh, so this is the problem that I was making. You understand? So that is what I'm talking about when I mean regret. You understand? So everything that you do, you need to do it very careful. You understand? Don't do things because you want to trade or anything. And if you don't see anything in the market, you don't see anything, there's no need for you to even force things. You understand? So we can currently see that the market rejected 2 zones. You understand? So I am very confident about, let me just delete this. I am confident about what I'm currently seeing in the market. Okay, energy saver is on. Wait, guys. Okay, so I was just plugging in the laptop. Sorry about that. My mistake, guys, you understand? So let me just identify a zone and see what went wrong. Okay, so I can actually see that we have a beautiful zone that was identified there. And then what else are we missing out? Okay, beautiful. So can you see that we respected most of our zones in the current market? You understand? We respected most of our zones in the current market. And if you are using the strategy, there's no need for you to mix it with a lot of things. Other blocks, fair value gaps. I don't know, guys, those concepts. Understand? This strategy just deals with zones that are from your 50% weekly previous weekly candles, obviously, and your golden zone in sessions, obviously. Trade along your sessions. Don't just trade because you feel like trading. Understand? So we are from this point here, and where are we currently at? We are currently at this point here. You know? We are currently at this point. So now what am I doing? Going to my daily chart. So in my daily chart, guys, I can actually see that we are on a specific zone. We retested and rejected from that zone. Guess what? We are looking for buys. Understand? We are looking for buys. We are actually looking for buys. I won't lie. We are actually looking for buys. Understand? So this is the power of the strategy. This is the power of the strategy. Understand? I'm not selling anything here. I'm not promising you heaven and earth. Only thing that you need here, guys. The only thing that you could need. Oh, wow. So we actually had a third touch, and we respected that third touch, and the market sold to our zone. And once it reached our zone, what did the market do? It simply respected our zone and started giving us the signal for buying opportunities. So what am I doing here? I am simply connecting my trend. You understand? So I am looking forward to something here. So let me tell you something. If we break, guys, if we break this point and come to retest to this zone, we are moving to the top. Long-term buy signal. It's given to you free of charge. No need to pay for anything. You understand? It's given to you free of charge. You understand? It's not sold to you, guys. It's just given to you free of charge. You understand? What are we doing now? We understand the market structure, guys. Ne? We were selling. Now we are looking for buying opportunities because we failed to break the low and we had a double bottom here. It's kind of one of the reversal confirmations that you can come across in the market. So what are we looking for now? I have a beautiful trend line break that took place here. Beautiful one. And again, a beautiful one there. A beautiful one there. Let me just fix things there. And also fix things there. Righty. And then what are we looking for? We are looking at the current market now. We are looking at the current market. So I'll just delete this for now. I'll delete this for now and just add a brand new fresh one there. Yeah. And also add a brand new fresh one there. So as you can all see, guys, what are you currently looking at here? We are currently looking at the market rejecting at a specific zone. Understand? We are currently looking at a specific rejection zone, not just any zone, but also one of our confirmation, and is this gap. This gap was filled also. Understand? This gap was filled also. So we had to fill this gap, rejecting from that zone there. Can you see how the market rejected that zone and we sold? Once we sold, we came to this it's a fair value gap in a way for ICT traders, but for us it's an opening gap that had to be filled. Understand? So we can actually see that we closed and then looking for our buyings. So as I said on the weekly chart, we take our buyings if it comes and retest there. I'm not saying now, but if it rejects, also you can take your buyings from that point there. Understand? So as I go to my, let me just go to my daily chart. I have to see something. Okay. As I go to my 1 hour chart now, what am I looking for actually? On my 1 hour chart, I am actually looking for a buy signal. So I will literally just turn this into a line chart. Just put this point here as a resistance, previous resistance. Obviously it was a support at some point. Can you see the market respected this support there? Understand? And then we took those buys to the top. So what am I looking for? Also, I am looking for this point here. Currently we are at the point there. So my buying opportunities will be activated if I close above. If I close above this zone there, my buying opportunities will be activated. Guess what? We will obviously break there. Understand? We will obviously break there, looking forward to that zone there. Understand? But the overall take profit, it's there. Understand? It's there. We are still going to the top, guys. We did crash the market. Trump did crash the market to the downside for a very long time. Now it's time for us to recover. Understand? It's time for us to recover. But before taking any buying opportunities, look for confirmation. I'm not saying what I'm saying. I'm not saying whatever that I'm showing here, it's 100% accurate. You understand? You also have to go to your own charts and do. You understand? And do. I'm just giving you a guide. Understand? The same thing that I'm presenting here to you is the same thing that I'll also take a trade on. You understand? But if there's no confirmation for any buying opportunities, then I won't have any reason to take those buying opportunities. Understand? It's like me saying I am buying while the current market is here. It's very useless of me. Understand? So I have to just take the sellings because the market rejected there. So I don't have any high, but I have a low. Understand? So there is no point for me to connect my golden zone. I don't have any swing high yet. You understand? I don't have any swing high yet, guys. Understand? So me going to my 1 hour, going to my 45 minute, it's still the same. Me going to my 30 minutes, it's still the same. Me going to my 15 minutes, it's still the same. But not really the same. Because why? I might have something here, guys. I might have something here. I might have something here. Understand? I might have something here. So if we don't disrespect this swing high, I might look forward to take my buying opportunities when the market comes to this point here. Understand? Once the market comes to this point, simply my stop loss is below this low. Looking forward to buy to this point here. Understand? But if we break this low, no more buying opportunities, because if we are bullish, we don't break lows, we break highs. Understand? So 45-minute, yeah, I am looking for my buying opportunities from this level there. And then if now I go to my GER30, same principle, same concept, same way of doing things. Understand? I am looking for my highest point. So this is my highest point there. This is my highest point there. And obviously that is my lowest point there. Understand? My monthly lowest point. Let's go to my weekly. So on my weekly, what will I do? I'll just move it to the top and focus on what's happening now. Understand? Because we did have a double bottom here. The market went to the top. So what are we looking for? I am looking for my 50% of the previous week's candles. Understand? So I am identifying this 50% week. And also, what am I doing again? I am looking forward to identify this one. So guys, I don't have much to say, but one thing that I will say is, if you do things correctly, understand, most importantly, if you also journal your trades, I don't think you'll ever have a problem. You understand? I don't think you will ever have a problem. You understand? Because not everything will be the way you say it will be. Understand? Not every trade will be the way you predicted it to be. Understand? That's why the journaling part has to also come in place for you to also see the possible mistakes that you are currently doing as a person. Even I myself, I have my own mistakes that I'm currently doing. Understand? Not everything that I do is perfect, obviously. I have my own flaws. I have my own things that I'm doing wrong. And guess what? I am still working on everything, guys. Understand? I'm not perfect. I am still a trader, but a better one than I was before. You understand? So yeah, don't forget to subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, please. It's very important for you to hit that subscribe button. It's very important for you to also share the channel to your friends and family, or anyone who you know or might be looking forward to learn how to trade. This channel is best for you and the person also. Understand? It's your one and only, guys. Peace like 72 as you all know me. You're meant to. Go. So yeah, guys, let's see. We have a zone right here. Understand? We have a zone there. If you want to learn more, guys, there are previous videos that you can go back to, obviously, and also the link below my description or on my channel for you to join my free live sessions. So on GER30, what are we looking for? We are looking for, we don't have any signal yet because the market respected our zone there. Which zone am I talking about? I am talking about this zone there. Sorry, not this zone. I am talking about, no, not this zone. What am I doing? I am talking about this zone there. Understand? The market respected that zone. What time did it respect it at? Tuesday. It was yesterday, no? Today it's Wednesday. Yeah, Tuesday. So yeah, no, I'm wrong. It respected that zone on Tuesday. So if I could just check what we are looking for in the market currently is a little bit. So we have a third touch. Can you see our first touch there? Second touch, third touch, ne? So kinda, I am looking for the market to come and respect this zone before it buys to the top. Understand? I am looking for the market to respect that zone before it buys to the top. Understand? Simple principle, nothing too complicated. It's not pure maths, it's not accounting, it's not physics, it's nothing too complicated. You understand? It's just a simple concept. So currently we can even see that we respected this zone. But if we still close, you understand? That's why I'm saying these zones are very important, guys. These zones are very, very important. So let's do this. Let's do this. Let's only focus on these two zones. For me to make it easy for you, not complicated, but easy for you, let's focus on only these two zones here. Understand? Let's focus on only these two zones. If the market closes below this zone, look for sellings to this zone here, because this one has already been retested. If the market closes above here, wait for the market to at least give you a signal of a break on the smallest time frame. But if it doesn't break, look for something like this. The market might do something like this. Understand? In a way, this pattern can also be a head and shoulder. And then look for your buy-ins from this point. Okay, to make it easier for you, I might sound a little bit confusing. If it closes below, look for your sellings to this point. Ne? If it touches this zone, the market can also sell down there, because this zone here was not respected. Understand? The market can't just leave a zone without being respected. Understand? So let's move to our 4-hour chart. Can you see this zone was not respected, and we also have a third touch. So this third touch can influence the market to go to this point and sell. You understand? So we might look for buying opportunities on this zone there. Buying opportunities on that zone there. Buying opportunities on that zone there. Obviously, we might look for them just to keep things easy and comfortable for you. And also we might look for buying opportunities if only the market closes above here. Understand? And if the market goes and breaks around New York, you can also look to take those buying opportunities from this point. Understand? So you have three zones where you can literally take your buying opportunities at. You understand? Don't look for sellings, guys. We are looking for buyings, not sellings here. We have a third touch, obviously, a first, second, third touch. The market can be influenced to go sell to this point here. Understand? The market can be influenced to go sell at this point here. If it closes above during New York, take those buying opportunities. So how many minutes left now? It's 19 minutes left. Understand? For the New York to take place. Understand? So yeah, this is what you need to be looking for. There's no anything that I might be saying here. Understand? This is it, guys. So yeah, it's your one and only BSLEX72. As you all know me, your mentor. If you didn't subscribe to the channel, please hit that subscribe button and the notification bell for you to be notified whenever I'll be dropping the next hot one. And don't forget to share the channel with your friends and family. And God bless. Stay safe and be productive and happy trading. Thank you.